Hi everyone, this is Paige from Mosaic Moments, and as you can see, I have a completely blank canvas, or really grid paper here. A lot of you voted for more full layout tutorials, so this is the very first one, so I'm really excited to start doing these. I'll still be showing the videos that will feature the dies, but I want to do more like this one. In this video, I am working with the 4-corner cutout die set. So this video will be a great introduction to see these dies in action. So on the side here is the 4-corner cutout die set. And as you can see, the 4 corners are cut out on each one basically. So there's 3 dies in the set, the smallest one, which fits the grid, as I'm showing here. Now the biggest one also fits on the grid. And then there's a smaller piece that is your layering piece. So basically you cut the mat with the large piece and then your photo with the layering piece. Alright, so let's get started with the tutorial. When I start making my layout, I like to make the biggest pieces first. So here I'm starting with the largest 4-corner die set to make my mat with cardstock. Next, I'm going to use the layering piece to cut my photo. I'm trying to get it on there straight, so I have to look at it for a moment. I'm using a magnetic plate with this die machine, but you can use washi tape to keep your die in place. And there it is, it cuts really easily. I'm using my Dotto dispenser to glue everything in place on my grid paper. It can be tricky to get on the lines, but it's pretty simple. And then I put the layering die on top and I'm done with this piece. So right now I'm going to cut a couple of photos with the 4x3 square die in set C. Right now I'm just trying to get my photos straight. I don't want it to look crooked on the page. So roll it through and it's done. Here again, keep in mind when you're putting the dies in the machine to put your die in at an angle for a cleaner cut. Now they're ready to go on the grid. I just need to glue it on the back. And there we go, it fits perfectly. And now I need to do it to the bottom one and put it on against the lines and it looks good. So here's a special appearance of the corner cutout die. Both this one and the 4-corner cutout are wonderful companions, you can kind of say. Right here, before I was using one of the dies to cut my mat, and now this die that I'm showing is the layering die that comes in that set. I'm just going to stress you want to make sure with the corner cutout die that you are cutting it in the right direction you want, so when it goes on your page it is, well, we'll say in the right direction. We do have a video that talks more about this die. There should be a link pop up on this top right corner of the video, so check it out. Alright, so now I'm ready to glue everything on, so I'm going to place my mats on the grid paper first. So I try to glue in each corner. Generally on anything I cut, I glue in each corner and then put some glue in the center. So you don't need to put the glue all over, just a little bit's enough. And now I'm placing the photos on top. Sometimes it takes me a little longer to make sure when you put the photo on the mat, you know, you kind of eyeball to see if it's equal, and the corner cutout die takes me a little bit longer. I don't know why, I just want to make sure it's perfectly straight. And now I'm all done. I have my photos placed on the side here, and now I'm going to use the smallest 4-corner cutout die. That is a mouthful to say. So put it through the machine, and again I made sure it was at an angle. There's my first cut. And as you can see, the 4-corner cutout dies actually cut really easily. I mean, some of my dies I have to get tweezers and pull them out. This one, I don't have to do that at all. I can just put it through the machine and cut it, and it, you know, if you have a photo, I have to pull the photo cut out, but yeah, it's pretty easy. I really like this die. I definitely think it's a great like I said earlier, companion die with the corner cutout set. Plus, you can make all sorts of neat designs on your pages with it that are different from the normal squares and rectangles that are, so something a little beyond just the basic looks. Right here, I'm just making sure my die is straight and not going to cut out crooked. And there's my last piece, and now I can glue it on the grid paper. So I'm going to use my Dotto tape to put all of these die cuts in place. As you see, it's pretty simple. All you got to do is swipe the glue pretty much twice, because these ones are small enough. It just needs 2 swipes of the glue and you're done. Just a note, it did take me a little bit longer to line it up on the grid paper. It's not hard, it's just a little trickier. So take your time when lining it up on the grid paper. And now, let's see, I got it. All right, this part's done. So my page isn't fully complete yet, so I decided to use some pattern paper to decorate it. I use my punch. If you don't have the punch, you can use the 2x2 square die from set A. And I also wanted to fill in those little 1-inch squares. So I'm using the 1-inch punch. And again, if you don't have the punch, which the punch is really fast for me, but you can also use the 1-inch square punch from set A to fill in these squares, or even the grid die. I'm just gluing them with my Dotto dispenser, and I'm gonna be done in a moment. So I took a step back and realized I could do more for this layout. So I decided to cut a couple of star flower dies. I used the same paper as my mats on the page. It's just a nice subtle touch. I didn't want them to stand out too much or take away from the rest of the page. I also decided to use the pattern paper as background pieces for my top and bottom photo. I felt like before the pattern paper was just kind of randomly put on the 2 sides, and so I figured to tie it together better, I decided to use the pattern paper in the background of these 2 photos as well, and I went back and cut them with the layering dies, or layering die in set C. And now I think it looks more complete. My page is finished. I do like how it turned out, even though I had to fix a few things. You know, that's just how it goes sometimes. With all of us, really. Anyway, definitely check out the 4-corner the 4-corner cutout die set. Ugh, that's a mouthful. Anyway, if you would love to work with this die, it's available on our site, snapincrop.com. Also, I enjoyed making a video where I showed you the full layout and showed you more of my process. So if you liked this video and want to see more, definitely give it a like, or even better, let me know in the comments what you thought and let me know if you want to see more. So alright, well, I hope you have fun working with this die at home, and I hope you enjoyed watching this video. So see you next time. Thanks for watching, and see more on mosaicmoments.com.